we sent Twig to the two ants, Aunt Sponge and Aunt Spiker.
I'm sorry to point out, but I must, that they were both really horrible people. They were selfish and lazy and cruel. And right from the beginning, they started beating poor James for almost no reason at all. They never called him by his real name, but always referred to him as you miserable creature, or you disgusting little beast, or you filthy nuisance. And they certainly never gave him any toys to play with, or any picture books to look at or read. His room was as bare as a prison cell. They lived Aunt Sponge, Aunt Spiker, and now James as well in a queer, ramshackle house on the top of a high hill in the south of England.
However, there came one morning when something rather peculiar happened to him. It all started on a blazing hot day in the middle of summer. Aunt Sponge and Aunt Spiker and James were out in the garden. James had been put to work, as usual. This time he was chopping wood for the kitchen stove. Aunt Sponge and Aunt Spiker were nearby, sitting comfortably in deck chairs, sipping tall glasses of fizzy lemonade, and watching him eat and stop work for one moment. Let's take a closer look at what's happening.
I look and smell like Judith Clare as lovely as a rose. Just feast your eyes upon my face, and so my shapely nose. Behold, I have my silky locks, and if I take off both my socks, you'll see my dainty toes. But don't forget, my dear old sponge, how much your tummy shows. My spongy red goes soak your head, my sea you cannot win. Behold my gorgeous curvy shape, my teeth, my charming grin. Oh, beauty is me, and I adore my radiant lips, but please ignore the pimple on my chin. My dear old chap, the world I've shot, you're only bones and skin. Such loneliness as I possess, and only truly shine in Hollywood is to declare. Oh, wait, that you find, I capture all the nations. Give me all leading parts, the stars will resign. I think you make, without mistake, a lovely Frankenstein. What's the matter with you?
Gee, Aunt Spiker, it feels as if I'm going to faint any second.
Stop that immediately and get on with your work, you nasty little beast.
Oh, Auntie Sponge and Auntie Spiker, can we all please, just for once, go down to the seaside on the bus? Isn't it far and it feels so hot and awful and lonely?
Why, you lazy, good-for-nothing brute! Beat him! I certainly will. I should be sure later on in the day when I don't feel so hot. Now get out of my sight, you disgusting little worm, and give me some peace.
It was at this point that the first thing, the rather peculiar thing, happened to James.
Come close to me, come right up close to me, and I'm going to show you something wonderful. You see this, you know what inside the little bag? Take a look, listen to them. There's more power and magic in these little green things than in all the rest of the world can't get it.
But what are they? Where do they come from?
Oh, you'd never guessed it, crocodile. 1,000 long slimy crocodile. Boiled up in skulls of dead witch, torn days and nights with eyeballs of lizard, that do the king taking on the monkey, the gizzard of the beast, the beak of the parrot, tooth of the forked tongue, three sleep of the seven sleeps on the leaves, and then on the tiny bird. And now we've got the big six with the large stick of water, pour all the little green things into it, like two thirds on now, has success enough. Drink it all down and hold up one gulp immediately after that. Marvelous things will start happening to you, and you'll never be miserable again because you are miserable after. Now off you go, hurry up, don't wait, now it's time, hurry.
Oh no, what am I going to do? Well, I suppose I'll just try and pick them. Wait a minute, they're burrowing into the ground. I can't seem to get them. They're gone, they're all gone. Where have they gone to? There's nothing down there except the roots of the old peach tree and a whole lot of earthworms and centipedes and other kinds of insects.
Get up at once, you lazy little beast. Get back over there and finish chopping up those logs. Why don't we just lower the boy down in the well and leave him there for the night? That'll teach him not to laze around the whole day long. That's a very good idea, my dear Sponge, but let's make him finish chopping up the wood first. Be off with your once, you hideous brat, and do some work. Sponge, come here once and look at this. At what? A peach right up there on the highest branch. Can't you see it? You're teasing me, Spiker. You're making my mouth water on purpose when there's nothing to put into it. Why, that tree's never had a blossom on it, let alone a peach. There's one on it now, Sponge. Look for yourself. Very funny, ha. Good gracious me, there really is a peach up there.
Now it is at this point in our story that James feels that something peculiar is about to happen at any moment.
Hey, you come over here once in a while. You climb this tree. Why don't you pick that peach up there on the highest branch? Can you see it?
Yes, Auntie Sponge, I can see it.
And don't you dare to eat any of your shells. You're not Spiker now. You have between us right here now. Half each. Get on with you. Up you go. Stop! Well, everything. Look, Sponge, look. What's the matter with you? It's growing. It's getting bigger and bigger. What is? The peach, of course. Why, my dear Spiker, that's perfectly ridiculous. That's impossible. No. That can't be right. Great Scott, the thing really is growing. Great, see this goes. I can actually see the thing bulging and swelling before my very eyes. Will it never stop growing? Get away from that tree, don't you stupid boy. The slightest shake it will fall off and break. Stand back. The branch is bending right now. I can't believe it. The branches are breaking. Hallelujah. What a peach. Terrifico. Magnifico. Splendifico. And what a middle strike. It's perfect. Now see here, Spiker. Why don't we go with a shovel and dig out a great big hunk of it for you and me to eat? No, not yet. But I can't wait to eat from. You're all gonna get it. Hey, you come back here. You haven't paid.
I go my bat wants to peach.
It'll cost you double to bring in a camera.
All right, we don't care. Just look at that glorious, magnificent peach. There's never been anything like it.
Aren't you glad that the bars on that James's window? The disgusting little brute would only get in our way to let him wander about. Can you believe he's complaining just because he hasn't met any other children for years and years? What a nerve! Here we are, just about to become millionaires, and the only thing he can think about is himself. Do you ever just on how maybe we should close that for next biker? Maybe you're right, Sponge. We'll have that rat clean up the mess out here. He'll probably want something to eat since he hasn't had anything all day. Well, he better not ask. We're too busy to make food. We have to count our money. I better call him to make sure he doesn't sleep. Creep, rat, wake up, Turk. We have something for you to do immediately.
Gee, it really is dark out here tonight. I don't even hear a sound. Boy, am I hungry. I suppose I should be more considerate of my aunt, so. Aunt Spiker says all I do is feed myself. Maybe she's right. Gee, it's kind of sweet. Can you imagine how James feels right now? Have you ever been out alone on a dark, quiet night? Well, here's where James knows something stranger than ever is about to happen to him. He's sure of it. He can feel it coming.
Everything is so different. Something in the whole world seems to be alive with magic. And wow, it feels soft and warm. There's a hole in the side. What's this? It feels like wood. Good grief, I know what this is. I'm covered in stone in the middle of the beach. There's a door. What's that light? Look who's here.
We've been waiting for you.
Oh no! No!
I'm hungry.
I'm famished.
So am I.
Everyone's famished. We need food.
Aren't you hungry?
What's the matter with you? You look positively ill.
He looks as if he's going to faint any second.
Oh my goodness, it's working. I really do think it pretend I really want to sleep.
Oh dear, what an awful thought.
It wasn't me. We were dreaming of what to do. Oh, when I was there, I didn't know that girl wanted me to. You're all about.
We've been waiting for you all day long. We thought you were never going to turn up. I'm very glad you made it.
So cheer up, my boy, cheer up. And meanwhile, I wish you'd come over here and give me a hand with these boots. It takes me hours to get them off for myself. Thank you. You were very kind.
Well, you do have a lot of boots.
I have a lot of legs and a lot of feet. 100 to be exact. I'm a centipede, you know.
There you go, Jada. Sid cannot stop telling lies about place. He's only got 42. The trouble is that most people don't buy the Captain Ed anyway. That's simply marvelous. He doesn't think about having my legs.
Poor Earthworm, he's blind, you know. He can't see how splendid I look.
My opinion is a really marvelous thing to have no legs and on the field swap, just the same.
You call that walking? You're a slither. That's how you are. You just slither along.
I lie.
You are a slimy beast.
I'm not a slime beast. I'm a useful, most fun creature. Ask any garden you like. And as for you,
I'm a pest.
We are so proud of that, though. But me, I do not say that. Oh, please, my name's David.
Pleased to meet you.
I'm the only pest in this room, unless you count bring Grasshopper over there. But he's too old to be a pest anymore.
Young fellow, I'm Grasshopper, who's rather old, but not a pest. I'm a musician.
Well, fellow grasshopper, in case you haven't guessed by now, my name is
James, your name is James, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, James, have you ever in life seen such a marvelous, colossal centipede as me?
I certainly haven't. How on earth did you get to be like that?
Very peculiar, very, very peculiar indeed. I was messing around by the old peach tree, and suddenly a slimy little green thing came wriggling past my nose.
Oh, but I know what that was.
It happened to me, too.
and me, suddenly there were little green things everywhere. The soil was full of them.
I
actually swallowed one.
So did I.
I swallowed 3. But who's telling this story? Don't interrupt.
Not now, centipede. Get to the top and get started. What's going on?
In case you don't know it, we are about to depart from this ghastly hill that we have been living on for so long. And we are about to go away inside this great, big, beautiful beach to the land
The land of what?
Neverland, but nothing to this is just the hill from those 2 poles of ants in the
Here. You may not have noticed it, but the whole hill happens to be on a very steep slope. And therefore, the only thing that is keeping this beach from rolling away at this very instant is a thick stem attaching it to the top of the tree. Break the stem, and off we go.
I've done it. We're off. The journey
You
begins.
don't run if you have anything to do. They can only make trouble.
Nonsense. We're now back to this most marvelous place to do wonderful things. Isn't that so sad?
There's no knowing what we shall see. We may see a creature with 49 heads who lives in the desolate snow. And whenever he catches a cold, which he dreads, he has 49 noses to blow. We may see a dragon and nobody knows. We won't see a unicorn there. We may see a terrible monster with toes growing out of the tufts of his hair. We may see a little bitty bright hen, so playful, so kind and well bred, and such beautiful waves. You just boil them, and then they explode, and they come off your head. But who cares? Let's roll, let's bowl, let's punch. Let's go rolling and falling and spinning until we're away from Spiker and Sponge.
Gee, why do we have to get up so early? Sky's not light. It's still dark outside. Well, if the early bird catches the worm, the two early ants will catch the suckers. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. That's funny. I don't get it, Spiker. What do you mean? Money. We're out here to make money, Sponge. Get it? Make money. M-O-N-E-Y. We should make a fortune today. Just look at all the people coming up over the hill. I wonder what became that horrid boy of ours last night. Never to come back in, did he? He probably fell down in the dark and broke his leg. Or his neck, maybe. Just wait till I get my hands on him. Then I want to stay out all night by the time I'm finished with him. Good gracious me, what's that awful noise? Spiker, I know this sounds silly, but it looks as if the fence is breaking. And the peach is... Are you ill, Sponge? Are you? You must be. Oh no, it can't be. Move, Spiker, out of the way. Shut off, Sponge, me first. No, 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 stay away. Ow.
I wonder what the noise was. Well, anyhow, Giant Peach is still moving. It's rolling faster and faster towards the crowds. People are climbing up the hill.
Look out, here comes the peach!
Let's go, good enough, you're mad.
Run for your life!
Oh my, it's just knocked over a telegraph pole in front, 2 parked cars. There it goes, through a farmer's field. Just look at those farm animals stampeding in all directions. Hey, you scatter too if a giant peach were coming down on you, wouldn't you? Oh dear, it's rolling through the village and right through one of the giant wells of the Wonka Bucket Chocolate Factory. There goes a river of warm melted chocolate flowing through the streets of the village. And now the peach is heading toward the sea. I know James wanted to visit the seaside, but somehow I don't think that's what he had in mind. There they go, over the cliffs. Look out!
Whee! Let's have some light.
Yes, light. Give us some light, glowworm.
Glowworm? I've never met a glowworm in here.
That's because he was up on the slimy ceiling, the lazy beast. And now that you mention his name, he doesn't look like much of a worm, does he?
I am not a worm. I'm not a heat either. I'm simply a lady firefly without wings.
Big deal, big deal. Come on, give us some more light.
I am trying. I'm doing my best. Please be patient. There.
Some great journey.
It'll never be the same again.
No, I've seen years of my life.
But my dear friends, we are there.
Where? Where is there?
I don't know, but I'll bet it's somewhere good.
Probably at the bottom of a coal mine.
Perhaps we're in the middle of a beautiful country full of songs and music.
Or maybe we're near the seaside with lots of other children down on the sand for me to play with.
Pardon me, but in our drawing, there's a Bobby up and down. Bobby up and down? What on earth do you mean?
You're so busy from the journey.
Is everybody ready to go upstairs now and take a look around?
Yes, come on, let's go.
I refuse to show myself out of doors in my bare feet. I have to get my boots on again first.
For heaven's sake, let's not go through all that nonsense.
Let's all let the send to be at hand and get it over with. Come on. While you're doing that, I'll wing the ladder to help us get out. Okay, we're done.
Here we go, boys. The promised land. I can't wait to see it. But this is impossible.
I told you we were bobbing up and down.
We're in the middle of the sea.
Where are the fields? Where are the woods? Where is England?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid we find ourselves in a very awkward situation.
Awkward, we're finished. I don't even blind to know, but that much I can see quite clear.
Off with my boots. I cannot swim with my boots on.
I cannot swim at all. Nor can I. Nor I.
We won't have to swim. We're floating beautifully, and sooner or later, a ship is bound to come along and pick us up.
Are you sure we're not sinking?
Of course I'm sure. Go and look for yourselves.
The boy's quite right. We're floating beautifully. Now we must all sit down and keep quiet. Everything will be all right in the end.
Nothing is ever all right in it. Well, absolutely nonsense. Nothing is ever all right in the end. Well, you know.
Part of the must make everything a disaster. He hates that we have.
If this creature isn't going to sink and everyone else going to be drowned, then every one of us are going to starve to death instead.
By golly, he's right. For once he is
Of
right.
course I'm right. I'm always right. We should get thinner and thinner and thirstier and thirstier. I'm dying already. I'm slowly shriveling up for one of food. Personally, I'd rather drown.
We have enough food here to last us for weeks and weeks.
Where?
By the beach, of course. Your own ship is made of food.
Jumping to hose back. We never thought of that.
My dear James, you are so clever. I don't know what we'd ever do without you.
You must be crazy. You can't get the ship. Don't keep keeping
excellent idea.
Why are you looking so worried about, Earthworm? What's the
The
problem?
problem is, there is no problem.
Cheer up, Earthworm, come and eat.
Delicious.
Just fabulous. No, James, the pizza was better than other gift cards that were on those sisters. And flies were never as good as this.
What a flavor! It's terrific. There's nothing like it. There never has been. Look at that funny thing gliding through the water over there.
There are two of them! There are lots of them.
What are they?
Probably some kind of fish. Come on to say hello.
They're sharks, bitch. Anything you like, they're sharks. Come along and yourself.
What absolute rot.
A lot of their sharks. Did you know they are sharks?
And just assuming that they are sharks, there still can't possibly be any danger if we stay up here, is there?
Look, they're swimming towards us.
Go away, you filthy beast.
Look at the size of their jaws. Oh dear, they're attacking. We'll finish them. They'll eat up the whole beach, and then there'll be nothing left for us to stand on. Then they'll throw it on us. She's right. You're lost forever.
Oh, but I don't want to be. They're taking first of all, I'm so fat and you can have no boat.
Is there nothing we can do? Surely you can think of it out of this. Think, Jim, think.
Come on, James, there must be something we can do.
There is something that I believe we might try. I'm not saying it'll work.
Tell us quickly.
Try anything you say. But you have to hurry, hurry, hurry.
Be quiet and then let the voice speak. Go on, James.
Go on.
I'm afraid it's no good after all. We don't have any string. We need hundreds of yards of string to make this work.
But dear boy, that's exactly what we do have. We have all you want.
How? Where?
The silver. Haven't you ever noticed the silver? He's still downstairs.
Yes. He never moved. He just likes us sticking all day long, but we can easily break them up and make them spin.
Can you make enough between you?
As much as you want.
And quickly?
Of course, of course.
And would be strong?
The strongest there is.
But why? What are you going to do?
I'm going to lift this peach clear out of the water.
You're mad.
It's our only chance.
Go on, James. How are you going to do it?
Seagulls, the place is full of them. I'm going to take a long silk string and I'm going to loop one end of it around a seagull's neck. Then I'm going to take the other end of the string and tie it to the stem of the peach. And I'm going to do the same thing again, then another and another.
Ridiculous. Poppycock. Absurd. Balderdash. Madness.
How can you fuse seagulls if this whole thing happens here? And all of us as well.
There's no shortage of seagulls. It may take hundreds. I shall simply go on hooking them up to the stem until we have enough to lift us. Only have time to do
You
it.
should be off her head. How on earth are you supposed to get a loop string around a seagull's neck? You're supposed to get a fly out there yourself instead.
The boy's dying.
Let the voice speak. How? Go on, James. How are you going to do it?
With bait.
Bait? What sort of bait?
With the worm, of course. Seagulls love worms. And luckily for us, we have the biggest, fattest, juiciest
You can
earthworm.
shout right there.
The seagulls have already spotted him. That's where there's so many of them circling around us. But we daren't come down and get him while all the rest of us are standing here. So this is
Stop.
what-
I want to have our team.
What? My dear Earthworm, you're going to be eaten anyway, so what difference does it make whether it's sharks or
I
seagulls?
won't do it.
Why don't we hear what the plan is?
I don't give a hoot what's planned. I'm not going to be cut to death by a bunch of seagulls.
You will be a martyr. I shall respect you for the rest of my life.
But you won't have to give his life. Now listen to me. This is what he'll do. We'll do.
This is so hard.
Well, it's absolutely brilliant.
Well, I shall be affected death.
Of course you won't.
I will. I know I will. And I won't be able to see them coming at me because I have no eyes.
I won't let them touch you. I promise I won't. We've got to hurry. Look down there. Action stations. Jump to it. There's not a moment to lose. All hands below deck. Except Earthworm.
Yes,
Come on, let's hurry.
And you, silkworm and spider, spin as you've never spun before.
Don't touch me. I'm too active for you to touch me. No. I hate you. No.
Okay, this is the 502nd seagull. I think this one will do it.
Oh, I said, I'll hurry, Jane.
Quiet down, Earthworm. You should be thankful that you're still alive.
All because James had such a clever idea.
Yes, I can marvel at him. Just think, using bait to capture seagulls.
Yes, yes, it's a splendid idea.
Not for the bait.
Look, everyone, I can feel us lifting. It's working. It's working.
Oh, isn't it beautiful? Well, I'm feeling it. I'm not hurt.
You're very brave, old friend.
Goodbye, sharks. Oh, look, the ship below us.
It looks like a big one.
It's got big funnels.
You can even see the people on the decks.
Let's wave to them. Do you think they can see us?
What an adventure. Can you believe it? That ship passing below them is actually Queen Mary, sailing out of the English Channel on her way to America. On bridge, the astonished captain is standing with a few of his officers, all of them staring at the rear umbrella hovering overhead.
I don't like it.
What do I, sir?
I tell you, I don't like it.
It could be dangerous.
Guys, it's a secret event. Holy cast is with me no one start anything after the horn and give me my girlfriend. There, where's everywhere. Well, the sky is down first. What in the world are they doing? Wait a second. There are people on it. I can see them moving. There's have this darn thing focused properly? It looks like a little boy in short trousers.
Short trousers?
Yes, I can distinctly see a little boy in short trousers standing up there. And there's a sort of giant ladybug.
Just a minute, Captain.
And a colossal green grasshopper!
Captain, please.
And a mammoth spider!
Oh, dear. He's got a whiskey here.
And an enormous, simply enormous centipede!
Call the ship's doctor. The captain is not well. Get help quickly.
Oh, look. It's the green one with the clouds. Now I never see it again.
Never mind that. The captain has flipped his leg. He's popped his cork. I'm the captain now. Get him off the bridge. Take him below. He's sick, sick, sick.
Put me down!
No.
Put me down!
I wonder where we'll finish up this time.
Who cares? Seagulls always go back to it sooner or later.
But it's getting colder. And Douglas, why don't we go down? Why don't we all go down below and keep going until morning?
No, I think that would be very unwise. We should all stay up and keep watch. That way, if any danger comes, we'll be ready for it.
Well, I see that James Henry Trotter and his companions are crouched together to keep warm. Little do they know what still lies ahead. Oh dear, it scares even me. Well, anyway, to get on with the story, there is not a sound anywhere. Listen how quiet it is.
I hate seagulls. I hate
The beach is swaying from side to side, quietly, softly, not at all like airplanes that roar through the sky, driving whatever might be lurking secretly up there in the great cloud mountains back into the cone over the clouds. That's why people who travel in planes never see anything. Wait, shh, be quiet. There, over there. You see them? I think our travelers are about to any second.
Look, James, what are those things?
Oh, I don't like this at all.
Shh, be quiet. There must be cloudmen.
Cloudmen? Oh dear, oh dear. Let him find the can't see him, I'll probably scream. Ah! No.
But what are they doing, James?
It seems as if they are taking large handfuls of cloud, rolling them in their fingers, and turning them into large white marbles. There's a huge pile of marbles.
They must be absolutely mad. There's nothing to be afraid of here.
Listen, they're seeing something, and they're shoveling the marble-like things over the side of the cloud into space.
Down they go, hail and snow, freezes and sneezes and noses will blow.
It's hailstones. They're making hailstones. Now they're showering them down onto the people in the world below. They're probably practicing for the winter.
This is summertime. You don't have hailstones in the summertime. I don't believe it.
For heaven's sakes, and don't make so much noise.
Those imbeciles couldn't hear anything. They're deaf as doorknobs. You watch. Nincompoops, half-wits, wonderheads, what are you doing over, dummies?
Here you come, halfway. Wonder yourself.
We'll show you your pest.
Now you've done, you own some pets.
I'm not frightened of them.
You asked for it, buggy boy.
Quick, light up flat. They're throwing hailstones at us.
Ow, ow, stop.
Quick, get out the tunnel or we'll all be wiped out.
I'm a red. I'm wounded all over.
Serve you right.
Listen, I do believe they're not hitting us anymore.
The season once it closes, they have danger. Hooray, let's go up and see.
It's all clear. I don't see them anywhere.
How fast are we going, Roxanne? I wonder why.
don't think the seagulls like this place any better than we do. I imagine they got a bad fright out that hailstorm experience we just had.
Yes, faster and faster fly seagulls, scheming across the sky at Terran's pace with the trees trailing out behind them. Cloud and cloud goes by on either side of them, all of them ghostly white in the moonlight, and several more times during the night, the travelers catch glimpses of cloudmen moving around these tops of these clouds, working their sinister magic upon the world below. They can pass snow machine in operation, with the cloudmen turning the handle, and the blizzards of snowflakes blowing the great round funnel above. They see huge drones being used for thunder. They see frost factors and wind producers, and deep in the hollow, large blue cloud, something that can all be a cloudman's city. Fearfully, they sit silent, waiting for the sun, and watching it as it slowly comes over the horizon for a new day.
Look, there's land below!
He's right. Hooray, hooray. Looks like streets and houses.
And how enormous that all is.
Well, that's tremendous tall buildings. I've never seen them before in England.
Possibly England.
Then where is it, Grasshopper?
You know what those buildings are? Those are skyscrapers. This must be America! And that means we have traveled across the Atlantic Ocean overnight!
You don't mean
It's incredible! It's unbelievable!
Not possible.
I've always wanted to go to America. I had a friend once
Who cares about your friend? The thing we've got to think about now is how on earth I'm going to get down to Earth.
Ask James.
I don't think that should be so very difficult. All I have to do is cut those strings. Not too many, mind you, just enough so that the seagulls can't quite keep us up in there. And down we shall go slowly and gently until we reach the ground. 7 people bite through the strings for us, one at a time.
Good heavens, I've forgotten to polish my boots. Everyone must help me polish my boots before we arrive.
For heaven's sake, can't you ever stop thinking about What was that?
Looks like an airplane. It came shooting out of that cloud over